And we're back here once again with the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 6. I hope you guys had a great week, and we are coming up on the weekend. And I just want to say the reason why we didn't have episodes for Wednesday and Thursday. So the usual Wednesday show that I do, Sammy ended up getting like sick a little bit, and then the other guests we had kind of stood me up in a weird way where apparently their internet situation had a problem, so that person's message didn't go through, that they couldn't come on the show. And then on Thursday, the other one-on-one that I had, well, that person canceled and they said, can we just reschedule? So that's the reason why we didn't have a show on Wednesday and Thursday. So we just chose to, let's just do it on Friday. Once you have 2 attempts that fail, you're just like, okay, we'll just wait till Friday and Saturday and Sunday, because people factor in the goal for the show is just to hit I don't know, maybe by the end of the year, I set the goal for 50 episodes, because I'm not going to try and reach 600 episodes on the show anytime soon like I did with the other one. I think by maybe next year, having it at 200 episodes is fine, So I'm trying to gauge my expectations for the show, currently right now. But I always love doing podcasts, and I love always talking to people, Nate, I don't know what happened with him. He's supposed to come. He might still come. And Darnell should still end up being on. He's just driving home from something he was doing with his wife. So that's pretty much it. There's quite the bit to talk about, guys. I'm not even kidding. The internet was quite literally lit on fire. So we were literally discussing this before the show. We were discussing the fact that either we talk about the Ghost of Yote controversy, or we talk about Critical Drinker and that, how would you call it? There's this pest or monkey on his back called your boy Zach. So both of those situations ended up melting the entire internet. And the funniest part about the video game controversy with Ghost of Yote, or whatever the fucking game is called, is that people started talking in this way that they always do, where they talk about every single intangible versus actually accepting what's right in front of them. That's what I found to be the most guys, what are we doing here? Because the biggest take, before we get all into it, the biggest takeaway, let's be honest here, was the fact that they made Ghost of Tsushima. People said, well, their track record is very good. Yes, their track record could be very good and probably was very good. But currently, right now, do we trust that some of these guys are going to make a pretty good game? I mean, I understand brand loyalty, I really do, but we have to kind of also accept the fact that the way games are made, the way they're produced, the way they're marketed, they do not come out the same way. I just don't know why people do that. They have to suddenly ignore everything based off the past. It's like that person that can only live off their past accolades, like Steven Spielberg. To be fair, he's lived off every single past accolade he's ever had. But if people have watched his recent movies, I watched one of the recent ones, which was with Rachel Zegler in West Side Story, and that was not good, okay? But that's just an easy intro way to it. But what's going on, man? How are you doing, dude?
Not too bad. Well, you bring up a good point with that studio, is the fact that because they had accolades for their first game, they think it's an automatic pass to make whatever they want or however they want to, and think people are just going to eat it up based off of the success of their first game. That's exactly what directors do. It's what actors and actresses do. It's just because they maybe had a run of a couple good movies, all of a sudden they can start making crap and think that people are still going to embrace whatever is fed to them, which people are not anymore. People are becoming a lot more discerning when it comes to spending money.
Yeah. The controversy, guys, was straight up insane. I can't believe how much this actually entailed. But this is the thing, though, is we also had, there was this thing of there was people that we follow, and they were like, well, we're all attacking each other and all this stuff. So this is something that I always said a long time ago, is that this kind of mindset people have is eventually going to break, which is the fact that just because a popular person you like speaks in a certain way, says things a certain way, and you like the way they talk and speak, and you like their videos, that does not automatically mean you are going to like that, no matter what, or what they say, or how they view a topic, because you could agree with someone on like 90% of things, right? There's going to be very, very big and crazy amounts of times you don't agree with them. Remember, we're not all supposed to agree with each other. That's why we have, like, arguably, if you're going to go in history, like wars and governments and all this other stuff, because conflict breeds, like, the old thing with conflict was basically conflict breeds resolution. Like, we fight it out, we come to a conclusion, and we figure it out. There was this, like, how would I explain this? There was this thing back from around when BVS got released back in 2016, around that year, where like people just kind of gravitated towards everyone they liked. And then now I just been saying this more and more. If that person that they like just says something that they themselves don't agree with, even though they agree with this person on a lot of other stuff, then this like big fight has to happen. And I just don't get that, honestly. You're supposed to not agree with everything a person says as a content creator. Is just how it is. I don't know why that's a controversial thing to say. It's like, there was this one leftist girl we we're looking at in one of her tweets, I think on a Saturday show, and she's Agatha all along might be bad, but did you watch it yourself? And the person was like, well, no, someone else told me it was bad. Okay, so good Lord, I wonder if people can hold two thoughts in their heads. Yes, Agatha really could be actually terrible, but you yourself can't say it's bad because you yourself haven't watched it. You see what the distinction there? The reason why I would even watch something like that to actually tell you why it's bad or good, depending on how I feel about the show, is because I would want to give my own personal opinion about it. Okay? That's the difference, Like, if you want to take someone's word for it, that's fine. That's what a person gets if they build up that much of goodwill with people. But that does not automatically mean everything they say about media is true or obviously not true. It's just
I've abandoned going to movie theaters. I've abandoned going and seeing these movies because you want to know what? After the monumental hit that is Morbius, no movie will ever top that. That it's a waste of time to even go to the theater anymore. I mean, the theater ended at that point with Morbius. There's nothing that's ever going to top it. No, it is very true when it comes to content creators and a lot of people that end up picking sides really quickly and then get upset if someone disagrees with their favorite content creator. Well, guess what? Not everyone's going to agree. There's many times that there's been battles, talk, discussions, and disagreements over comic books, over video games, but everyone understands and respects everyone's opinion on it and then walks away still friendly. Not anymore. Now it's become so much hatred just because of someone else having a different opinion on a topic, whether it be a game, a movie, a comic, a TV show.
People forget that there were dedicated like forums and other smaller places on the internet to battle and debate with people. Like, arguably Reddit was a big place for that a long time ago until, it turned into whatever the fuck it is now, honestly. Quora's a big place for that now. It's a lot more. I like Quora more than Reddit, honestly. If you just scroll through it, it's a lot better, in my opinion. But that's the thing, too, is how would I say this to any guy out there? If you're, because I know I have a younger guy audience, if you want to have an opinion that matters, you yourself have to basically put in the work to make sure your opinion matters. And someone asks, how do you make your opinion matter? It's easy. If you want to make your opinion matter in any of the stuff we're talking about, you have to eventually come to the realization that not everything you watch is going to be good. And that's where that distinction comes from. If you can watch something that everyone else watches and you give your specific opinion on it that people like, then that is what makes your opinion matter. That's essentially what it is. I don't get in my mind where this notion came from that everything we watch just has to be good. And if it's not, it's either trash or it's completely a masterpiece. People factor in, there's more like good to average stuff than there is a masterpiece and complete shit. There's a huge middle ground here, but people have gotten to this mind. Well, I want my opinion to matter as much as Gary's. Well, the reason why Gary's opinion matters is because Gary put in the work to make his opinion matter. He watches bad stuff, like stuff that I wouldn't watch myself personally. He obviously has watched a lot of other content to get a general feel of what his opinion is. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't want to put in the work. It's just what it is. They'd rather, like, I don't know, sit in this world where they kind of talk about stuff and they're like, you know what, I'll just go on Twitter and say like the most contrarian take ever. And it's like, holy shit, dude. My brain's
there's some people that do that. Some people will go on the internet, literally say the opposite of what common consensus is, just
all
to
the
stir
time.
up shit.
What's
Now,
crazy that
the
actually
biggest
works.
thing, yeah, the biggest thing about it is that, because we live in a first world country, a first world nation, a first world country, where we really have not had any major strife, no real major conflicts, wars, and have had a fairly good existence. People have become soft to the fact that their opinions now are them. If you attack their opinion, then you're actually attacking them. It's the same thing. The whole words are violence. Words are not violent. It's how you interpret it and the power you give the words. If you don't, if you, I mean, it's so
That's the
when
crazy
you
part.
attack their, if you attack their opinion, you're actually attacking them. It's personally attacking them. And that's why usually the response is some kind of actual personal attack of how you look or how you speak. That's usually what they end up going to, because they can't actually defend their opinion.
And then it usually always boils down to something about like an instaphobe or a bigot, and it's just like, holy mother of God. And then the worst offender of this is probably still Disney. Warner Brothers has done its own egregious level of bad shit, probably to the degree of maybe Disney as well. But Disney has been this company that is basically, I don't know, trying to garner this like lettuce, bacon, tomato people crowd and shit. One would say they make the acolyte for those people. They didn't show up, didn't watch the show, and then can't believe in their brains for a moment that Disney is a piece of shit company that probably lied to them about their values and what they actually hold near and dear to their heart. Now, to be fair, our company's values is mostly just spouted through like a bunch of people in the company, but Disney for a while has been like, oh, we love our gay and all these other people, you know? Well, then if Disney really loves those people, why did they cancel the acolyte? They apparently put a bunch
they
of
love those
LGBTQ
people
out of a job.
Yeah, well, they love those people until they have to sell their property or movie in a different country that don't approve of it, and so they cover up the race or get rid of gay scenes that they were so proud of putting in America. But nope, Middle Eastern, Chinese theaters, nope, that those have been cut out. Or a black character is reduced in their role. Posters, the Finn is the biggest example that everyone keeps going to of shrinking him on the poster for the Chinese release.
And then nobody brings that up at all. Everyone just like acts like it doesn't happen. It's like, you people know that this company is, the companies like Warner Brothers and Disney and Lionsgate, all these guys are just gonna have people use their social media to say what sounds nice on the surface, because they know that that is how you garner the most people, as you just say what is commonly the most accepted thing from that side of the aisle, right? Sounds nice to say, but in theory doesn't really work. But it doesn't matter about the in actuality part. All that matters is that they need to just basically say some bullshit that you're probably going to commonly feel some sentiment about, and they'll just run with it. Keep in mind, guys, what I just told you there. Disney canceled the show, putting a bunch of apparently LGBTQ people out of work. Now, if this company really did care about those people, why did they cancel the show? It's Disney the one that gets rid of it, not whatever Gary and Jeremy or Ryan say about the show. Okay, yeah, I would agree. They have a lot of influence with their opinion, but even that goes only so far. If you want to factor in, like, a dad watching The Acolyte with his daughter has more impact than Jeremy, Gary, or Ryan speaking about The Acolyte, guys. The average person didn't care about the show. That's just what it is, honestly. You know?
Well, it's the same thing with Agatha. No one really cares about Agatha as a character. So that's why. You want to know what? They canceled that. Agatha's not going to get a second season.
Man, she admitted it. Yeah, Catherine Hahn did.
And so with that in mind, and it's not because you had some commentators on YouTube stating their displeasure with it or think it's a terrible show. It's the fact that the numbers don't lie. Disney actually sees their viewership. They see no one's watching it. That's what makes the determination of canceling. Not
people
Gary,
don't understand
not Drinker.
I don't even get what people think. So the reason why streaming is different from traditional television, like I always tell people, because one of the ratings has to be tracked for the studios to make money through their ratings. Streaming services are not like that. Streaming services, you just track your own viewership, and to be fair, they could just kind of report some bullshit anyway. Have you guys noticed that Netflix, when any of the newest movies drop, they're always in the top 10, top 5, all that shit, right? After a week, it drops off. Now, the thing that most people are going to forget is streaming when it comes to like TV shows, because they get renewed and potentially continued based off two different things. Number one is if the show does not drive people to subscribe, then it could be canceled. If the show also costs too much money and the viewership doesn't add up for how much they're putting into it, the show could get canceled. The only way a streaming show generally lasts more than a few seasons is it's because either the viewership is there or it's driving subscribers. Now, if neither are there, it's over. So the Acolyte wasn't probably driving either, right? But I have seen streaming services and studios keep a show around if there at least is viewership there. Because if there's at least viewership there, that's something. People need to understand. This is why streaming is not the future. Because right there in that model, what I just told you, that's already bad. They are going to dump $200 million in a show just to hope you watch it. Now, keep in mind, how do you get that money back? In theory, you get the money back through subscriptions, right? But to be fair, there's never going to be enough money in subscriptions to pay for that. So if the show isn't even driving people to subscribe, then what's the point of keeping it? That's why streaming has always been a slippery slope when it comes to getting things renewed, also getting things canceled. Remember, the guys are already dumping money in a black hole they're probably never going to see. It's $200 million dumb. This is not something that's going in broadcasted syndicated TV where you do get ratings off and you do get paid from it. This is just something that they invested in their own money into, and it just tanked. That's it.
Well, and overall, that's the biggest problem when it comes to the streaming wars and everything else. And what's going on is these studios decide to make their own streaming service, produce their own content, but that's putting money from one pocket into another. They're not really gaining anything from it. That's the reason why Netflix is still around, still successful, and I think the only one that actually showed a profit besides like Tubi. But both of their models, by and large, is simply either ads based or the fact that all they do is get licensing from the studios to air their stuff. That's where the money needs to be made for the studios. So Disney needs to abandon it. Well, Max is doing okay, but Paramount needs to just, you want to know what? License out your catalogs. That's where you're going to make the money back, not put it on your own streaming service.
Use the Batman animated show that just came out, for example. People have to run. Amazon just paid Warner Brothers for that. I don't know how much. Never revealed how much money they actually paid them. I would imagine if it's Batman, they didn't sell that for cheap, obviously. So Warner Brothers just tried to make a Batman animated series and sold it off because, as David Zaz would point out, they don't make any money doing this. So they just sell things to each other. Apple TV gonna cut back on spending on their TV show department on Apple TV Plus. Guys, the streaming doesn't make money. I don't know how to explain it to you guys. If I turn in even in a box office format, even if the movie flopped, you would still get something for it, arguably, right? It's like if they just make, like, just recently we used a movie called Red Notice for Netflix. It was released in 2021 with Dwayne Rock Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot. Okay, Red Notice cost about $250 million to make, okay? They just dumped that movie on a streaming service. Well, how do you make $250 million back? You don't. You'd hope that enough people subscribe to offset that cost. But what I just told you guys is just ludicrous. $250 million. Keep in mind, they have done this for other shows and movies as well. How much stuff have they back cataloged on piling up and just dumping in shows, paying all this money out of the ass just to hope there's enough subscriptions wanted to pay all that stuff off, Well, in the case of a weird pyramid scheme that's bad. That eventually is going to break. That is not sustainable in any way possible. And then Netflix tried doing this with that one famous director, Martin Scorsese. And they tried hiring Michael Bay to do all that stuff. All these expensive movies, and nothing happens. They don't gain any profit, because how do you gain profit of something that you're investing into and dumping on your own shit?
Well, by and large, too, when it comes to like the Disney products and what they're putting on their streaming service, for me, it just reminds me too much of like the direct-to-video.
Oh
never going to
yeah,
see the theater. It went right to the bargain bin, direct
yeah.
to tape. Never really going to see any kind of wide release. So it's one of those when they went right, I mean, straight to video, they knew that it was a bad product that wasn't going to be
Oh yeah.
successful in the theaters. So well, let's cut our losses and try to recoup what we can through just video sales. Because well, at the time, everyone buying physical media at that point, yeah, you can kind of get away with that and try to recoup when you knew that, yeah, this is not going to do well in the theaters. So let's just go this route.
Yeah, because at least with physical media sales, you had that, and that was a way for you to obviously get money back. We know this is how famously, it's a famous example everyone gives. Family Guy was saved by DVD sales. The Thing had a huge boom and renaissance of viewers after it hit video, but we don't have that anymore. Recently, okay, so all the movies that I watched for a full day of going to the movie theater, I'm not saying I'm canceling that series, but I'll be doing it soon. It's a lot of effort doing that every week. All the movies that I watched in that series are now on streaming within about 3 weeks. So when a movie goes to the box office now, basically, long story short, that movie has to perform in about 2 to 3 weeks, or the studio just straight up stops reporting on the numbers, or it just goes to digital. That's it. You know what's crazy? They'll even put movies on digital while the movie is performing very well. This happened earlier this year with Godzilla versus Kong 2. It was actually doing, I wouldn't say profit numbers, but it was doing pretty good. They're like, you know what? Digital. Wait, what? We're doing the
Well, look what
opposite
happened
here.
with the movie The Fall Guy. Fall Guy bombed in
Right,
the
yeah.
theaters and was immediately right to streaming.
Bellman?
I mean,
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
that one
Even that,
jumped
yeah.
so quickly.
That movie right there solidifies Age of Movie Star is over. Everyone was like, man, Ryan Gosling's so good in Barbie. I was like, guys, okay, let's not get high on our own shit. Barbie sold Barbie. You know how popular Barbie is? Ryan Gosling did not sell Barbie. I promise you. They could have actually put in, I don't know, like Josh Brolin in that role and it would fucking work. Because Barbie, guys, is fucking, you know how popular Barbie is?
Yeah, well, you want to know what? If Josh Brolin was playing Ken, I'd actually show up to actually go see it.
I'd probably be like, man, that's pretty based, honestly. Holy shit, man. Like, right there after that, I was tracking his next movie, and I knew it was the Fall Guy because I was looking at his filmography. I was like, what's going to come up for this guy? Fall Guy came out, completely bomb swat. And keep in mind, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying the movie's bad because there's movies that bomb that are not bad movies, but, you know, bad timing and climate could always be a factor in. It proves he's not really that big of a draw by himself. Or is the Age of Movie Star over? To be fair, people can be big draws, but the amount of draw a movie star has is way less compared to what it used to be. I think the only people that really have that is like Will Smith and like Tom Cruise. Even Tom Cruise didn't have that with Mission Impossible 7. He had that with Top Gun 2, but Mission Impossible 7 didn't have that. Now, to be fair, that wasn't really technically his fault because they dropped 2 brand new movies right after his together. And that was like, I'd be pretty mad if I was him. That might have actually stopped that movie from making a lot more than it did. But
Tony makes a good point that people nowadays barely know actors' names, and that's very true.
It's very
true.
There
are a lot of movies that come out. I don't even have a clue who the actors are.
Or at the very least, you may have seen like one movie with them in it, but it was so long ago that you probably forgot it existed.
Yeah, but a lot of these movies that come out bomb in the box office. Well, in the past, they would have DVD and VHS sales that end up making them a cult classic. I just don't see cult classics really coming along when it comes to streaming services.
No, you're right.
Because they're going to be proprietary, going only, let's say, to Disney, and not everyone's going to get Disney or even wants to have Disney, so it's not going to quite have the growth of being able to buy the physical media.
Disney's offering Disney Plus right now for $1.99 for 3 months, and then it goes to $10. I wouldn't pay for that service. It was like a penny. It's not worth it.
They got to get it profitable. They keep saying in their earnings callings that they have set a deadline of when they believe it Disney Plus to be profitable.
Yeah, it's coming. It's finally coming out because Bob Chapek a long time ago said we hope that Disney Plus is profitable by 2025. Guys, that's very soon now. I don't know.
It's the acquisition. It was the acquisition and the merging with Hulu that was going to make it profitable. But they are starting to destroy Hulu. People are starting to now abandon Hulu. because of the
Oof.
merger with Disney Plus.
Oh, even with that movie Prey, the Predator sequel, they just threw that on Hulu.
Yeah.
Now, I guess there was that was not a horrible decision based off the reception of The Predator that was released back in 2018. But keep in mind, they dumped all that money into Prey, and just threw it on our streaming service. And I still ask, how do you make money from that? The subscribers, guys, there's not enough people in the world for that.
Well, people were
Okay.
still at that point afraid to go to the theaters because of the beer
Oh
money.
yeah, I forgot.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
the money.
so,
Yeah,
we need
yeah.
to well, obviously, we're not gonna get the numbers there, so let's at least get it out to the people since they're afraid to live and
Yeah, let's just
actually leave their homes.
let's just dump this big blockbuster tentpole we spent millions of dollars on just on our streaming service. Remember the legendary Warner Brothers Day and Date streaming release,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they ended up spending so much money out of their ass in back end deals to compensate the people that they screwed over. Oh my god, guys. They should never do that ever again. Like what they were doing was a big gamble. So basically, if that worked, then streaming kind of would have been the future. You could go to the theater and you could watch it the same day. It didn't work out, guys, because ultimately the reason why that model would never work out, if you give people the option at home to consume a product like that, they're just gonna stay home. That's
Yep.
it. If you give
Well
people the easiest option to stay home and not do anything, they will stay home. That's just what it
well
is.
and while it was a reaction to the lockdowns and getting the free money, a lot of people pumped that into that maybe
Yeah.
didn't need it for necessarily paying for bills. What'd they do? They're beefed up their home entertainment systems, getting surround sound systems that you can get for fairly inexpensive that are good, bigger screen TVs that you essentially
Mhm.
turned living rooms into home theater systems that you could just watch at home and almost have the same experience as a theater with positives like being able to pause the movie for to go use the bathroom, to get up to go get something to eat and actually have food from your own house and not have to pay the exorbitant prices of movie
Mhm.
theater pricing. So, I mean, there's more benefits to staying home. Now, granted, it's a completely different experience with the theater, but
Oh yeah.
it trained and broke people of the habit of going to the theater. So less
Yeah.
people go, when we're going to the theater as a result of lockdowns. Now, we have seen that theory also when it is a big release blow up. Super Mario Brothers completely blew up that whole excuse of people afraid to go to the theater.
Mm.
So,
The other thing is that I actually genuinely thought people would rush to the theaters when the virus was over. Turns out it just didn't happen that way. I
well,
was
plus,
like,
there wasn't that great of a selection of things coming out at that time either.
oh yeah, yeah. Let me put it off right here. Oh my goodness. So okay, so this was the big thing that ended up happening. Okay. Good lord. So how would I phrase all this stuff? And this was Nina Infinity's post, and I know her and Jeremy are fine, but this isn't about any about that. This is about just the conversation surrounding Ghosts of Tsushima 2. And I can tell you that's from the Mary Sue. I know a title written by that woman any day. Oh my god, it's this fucking middle-aged white woman who's never been a nerd in her entire life who writes titles like this. So Ghost of Tsushima 2 was announced, and then the people saw it was on the state of play recently from PlayStation, and then people were just saying it was woke and DEI and all that stuff, and then this caused such a divide in people. It's how you know people are straight up nerds. They see their fucking characters change, they just lose it. And I agree. I agree with the nerds. I fuck changes, right? I don't like it either. So then you had takes like this, which were like, why are so many dudes freaking out about Ghosts of Yote being a female protagonist? If the story is good, what's the problem? Now, keep in mind, there's a big distinction there. Nina actually played, I think she played it. I'm pretty sure she played it on her channel. So she would have a decent opinion about it more than people that didn't. That's fully understandable. If you did invest your money into it and you did play it and you are being optimistic, that's totally fine. Obviously, you gave your money, you played it, your opinion's valid to a certain degree. But there were some people, not her, who would say certain things like this who've not even played the game. What the fuck are you talking? What? Why are you talking? You didn't even play the game, the first one, to even understand why people were mad in general, right? Now, the other thing to bring up is the voice actor that they hired to play this character in Ghost of Tsushima 2 is certainly a person. Let's just say that. Quite literally just one of those actual activist freaks, let's just say, you know? So it's like some Chinese white lady trying to act like she's some ally in the most cringiest way. Shaved bald-sided haircut. Tweets are just, God, out of this world cringe, honestly. But it's not even so much as really about her. It's just the fact that this level of game divided people in a way where it's like, are you really on my side? It's like, what do you mean on your side? I'm just giving my opinion about a fucking video game. What side are you talking about, you complete imbecile? What side? It's a video game, literally, at the end of the day. And keep in mind, everyone, keep in mind what I'm just going to bring up to you here. This is where it comes to the intangibles. There were so many intangibles that we have to bring up that I don't think we even get to them all. Okay. So the first one is, yes, what her last part is true. If the story is good, then at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what we talk about right now, right? If the story really is going to be good and it's just as good as the first one, it doesn't matter, right? Keep in mind, this is technically illogical at this moment in time. People are like, why? We have no game yet, guys. We don't have the game yet to know that. Keep in mind, when people say that, that is like a prediction they're making if the game is good. And keep in mind, that's always a fallacy because good is subjective to any person that's going to talk about this at all. That's just a subjective thing in general, right? So it's not something you can properly gauge anyway with how that would actually go forward. The other thing to bring up, okay, is the fact that people kept saying, you know, well, I liked playing as the guy. Why am I getting a girl? Now, yes, I will say this. As a guy, it just depends. I'm not the guy that really likes playing as female characters all that much. It really just does depend on the game. You know, like in League, I play all the girls. Like the girls in League are fucking fantastic. I love playing female champions in League. But not a lot of guys are like that. You know, if they like the guy that they got, why can't he just be there? Now, from what my understanding is, that character dies. His story is completed. Yes. But just, are we going to trust that these companies now love and care about gamers so much that they didn't make this change for a reason? Keep in mind, guys, they could have just gave you a different guy samurai. I'm supposed to understand that, right? They didn't have to give you a girl. They could just give you a different guy samurai, okay? I don't know why we have to sit here and gaslight our brains into thinking, well, this company has did good for people, which I'm not disagreeing on. Maybe they did. Maybe their game got you out of a bad spot. Maybe their game gave you a lot of happy memories, and that's fine. But that's ignoring what is in front of you currently right now. What is in front of you currently right now is gaming across the board. It's at all these issues. And let's be honest here, I don't trust this decision being made with gamers in mind. They know that game is very popular. They know there's a lot of people that like it. So if they're thinking if they change it, you'll just play it anyway. I'm just being completely honest here. That's probably what they were thinking. You know,
it's social credit score and it's DEI. And unfortunately, too, is that anytime a AAA studio starts doing a gender swap or makes a new character, really pushing it out because it's a different gender or it's different race, the first reaction most times is going to be, oh, it's going to be woke, because we have been inundated so much by that exact thing happening. Last of Us 2 was a big example of that, where they kill off the male character right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, Last of Us 2 is a big example of that. Yep. People love Naughty Dog with Last of Us. Last of Us 2 came out, you really got to see why people didn't like that game, obviously.
And then Starfield came out pushing more agenda, and it's the pushing of agenda onto people that it's happened so many times in so many games that it automatically is knee-jerk reaction to call a game woke when you start to see the red flags that start presenting themselves.
Like, I don't even get what sentiments like this would even have to do with the latter. It's like when someone tries to say something, but in reality that has no bearing on what is actually going on. It's like, well, the reason why more guys are more mad about the change because, well, let's be honest, there are more guys have bought and played the game probably. Gaming is mostly geared towards dudes, guys. This is how it's going to work, right? And keep in mind, they're the people investing in the games the most, and that kind of gets to be the majority of what the say gets to be. You know, there were just obviously so many many takes. Oh, there were just so many. Like Hypnotic had one right here where he said, like I said in the previous post, there's nothing wrong with extreme caution because something called patterns exist.
Yep.
Eyebrows are raised. Hopefully Sucker Punch proves me wrong. And yeah, the company literally can just prove people wrong and make a good game like they did with the first one. Okay, that's very possible, you know?
And that's exactly what I was bringing. That's exactly what I'm bringing up. Is just when you start seeing this coming from AAA studios, it's an automatic red flag that it's going to turn people away from even picking the game up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are going to be some honest players out there that are going to go, okay, I'm going to walk in cautiously and play it, and then end up finding, oh, the game isn't what it was, what we thought it was going to be. They start talking about it, and then the game takes off.
The other one was it's not because of her being female. It's the voice actor being a queer activist and the lead designer being one. That's the issue here. It may get infested with LGBTQIA plus BS and maybe feminism. And if SBI is linked to it, well, that is enough of a red flag right there. Yeah, this was something that I knew a lot of people just disregarded. So just because they made a previous game before that was really good, that automatically means that this is going to not have any issues no matter what. Guys, that is just not how that works, okay? Like, we have to suddenly ignore any red flags because we just like something else. And it's like, yeah, you can be casually optimistic. I'm not saying you're not allowed to, but to just completely ignore all of this because, well, I'm just going to hope for the best. It's like, well, what are we doing? I don't think the voice actor is writing and making the game. She's just the voice actor. Well, Nina, the voice actor, would make the game because they're the ones voicing the main character of the game. That's essentially is being a massive part of it, actually.
Well, unfortunately, that's why I've don't buy into the I can separate the art from the artist. I'm not I can't do it anymore. I think it's a cope to say, well, I can separate the art from the artist. No, because if that's if you feel you can separate it, well, good on you. But you do realize that you're supporting a person that hates everything about you and will sit there and trash talk you behind the scenes, and yet you're going to go and support their work.
No, we're not freaking out because the main character is a woman. That's made up bullshit, made up to sell ads. Women welcome. People are dubious because the character is that woman. Search her posts on X or other platforms. She's a fucking lunatic. Yep. Nina says, who cares? She reads a script. She's not writing the script. Yes,
she's
Nina.
Coping.
That's
Nina is coping here. She is coping with that whole what I was commenting on, that I'm done doing this. I'm separating the art from the artist.
Also, I saw people freaking out before she made any statements. Well, she herself, I don't know if she's made any statements yet regarding this. I would advise her not to as a voice actor because her opinions are terrible and I would not like to read them at all ever because she's stupid. But that would have that isn't this is an intangible that means nothing. We yes, she's not going to write the script. We know that. She reads it. That's like, all right, it's okay. Thanks for telling me what voice actors do, Nina. It's awesome. The fact that they chose her over any other gifted woman while also knowing her past or comments is a telltale sign that there's something fishy going on. It is not weird to be doubtful about that casting choice because that choice tells you something about the company that made it. Game Juros want to pretend that there is an upward because the main protagonist is a woman. Yeah, that's the gaslight right there.
Yep.
Guys are mad at women protagonists, which is always the biggest crock of shit ever. But if we're going to be logical with that as a gaslight, what's the problem with I'll say it this way because people know I like to be that guy. I'll be the guy. Why would I want to play as a woman? Even if this is true, like even if this is a headline they can run with, what if I don't want to play as a woman? The fuck's that a problem? I don't have to play. I don't have to like playing as a woman, and I have to want to play as a woman character in a game. There's plenty of people that probably do not want to do that.
You want to know what's amazing out of that though? This is the same group of people that feel that men should be men, women should be women. You should only play characters that are similar to you so that you can be represented yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then if that's the case, then have a woman protagonist and have a choice for a male protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
if that is the true case. Now, overall, there's nothing wrong with a female lead of a game.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole point, it goes back to even movies. You have heroes and stuff that are women leading it. I was talking with a coworker today about the Alien series with Ellen Ripley, where you talked about Terminator with Sarah Connor. These ended up being very strong leading female actresses in those roles. And they're not hated because they're leading a movie as an action hero. They're beloved by both genders.
Ricky M said, "Why are you talking like a loony lefty all of a sudden?" See, that is weird too. I would say I wouldn't call someone just a loony left person because they said an opinion on Twitter I disagreed with. They would have to show many actions to prove that otherwise. There's red flags all over the place. That I agree with. It's got fuck all to do with it being a woman, as others have said, and you want to ignore. See, this right here is true. I agree with all that.
Yep.
Has it come to this? Henry, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Echoing lefty horse shade. Good Lord. Echoing lefty horse shite for engagement in cloud. Pure grifting, if so. Well, Ricky, she's not grifting, just giving her opinion. That's not what grifting is, okay? Just giving an opinion,
Especially when the opinion is constantly getting attacked, that's not exactly grifting. Grifting would be going with the current sentiment and agreeing with the common accepted opinions.
And this is the thing that I have to even point to people is her having this opinion means that you can have this level of disagreement and it's fine. Let's make her a loony leftist, because I know what a loony leftist is. Okay, have you heard Tim Waltz talk? Okay, we know what loony left people are like.
Leave Tampon Tim alone.
Oh my God, man. Oh Lord, dude. She says, I'm a loony left because I say we should wait to call the game woke. I mean, I'll be honest here. People got to stop doing this. Not the whole woke thing. People are going to call things woke in DEI because of that. That's just the new word to say, because everyone's going to do that. That's just not something that you can control. I don't think discussing that in your post is a means of it matters at all, in my opinion. Like, it's a stupid thing to bring up constantly.
It's stupid to use woke as just a catch-all, but it is very wide and accompanying of what exactly it means. It's a very broad umbrella just to call it woke. It could be because of DEI. It could be because of voice actors and their opinions, which means it's probably funneling into the game. It could be the AAA that have made comments about it that indicates it. It could be Sweet Baby Inc. involvement, which you already know with what they've done. I mean, so it's an overbroad comment that gets thrown away around too much, just like calling everyone a Nazi, calling everyone a fascist. It at this point it's meaningless because it's being misused, or it's too broad of a comment that it's meaningless.
Yeah, I think what people mean by woke now compared to what it used to be is like if they swap out race, gender, swap. I think that's what people generally mean, but they're just gonna say woke because that's just the popular word to say. Like grifter, words like grifter, woke, and even simp are such overused words in the wrong context that they just become like buzzwords to say. Because it might have a good story. Okay, yes, Nina, might. Keyword might. We haven't seen the game. Come on, they show like what? 2 minutes of gameplay? That's no story. That's just the character walking around. I thought we liked good stories and female character protagonists as long as they are in a good story. Keep in mind, we don't know that yet. Yes, all of this applies if the story ends up coming out good, which I just put in a while. I just said it a moment ago. We don't know that about the story at all. Second, good is going to be a subjective thing people can debate amongst themselves. What she's basically kind of saying is basically if it's good for her, then it's fine, which is what most people's common sentiment would be. The voice actor being weird is a red flag, but she is just a voice actor not writing the story. So why not wait to judge it? And that's being a loony left to you. Well, I mean, people are going to just judge things.
She's getting called a loony lefty for the sheer fact that she's using gaslighting terms in her responses. And so, yeah, you can kind of get an aspect of, yeah, again, loony leftist is, again, another overbroad misused term. It's a lot of name call. I mean, and that's unfortunately what we've devolved into, is just easily name calling individuals and immediately just attacking them because, again, they didn't like your opinion, or you don't like their opinion, or they didn't like your opinion. So now you take it as a personal attack. So now you're going to start personally attacking them, not actually going over and paying attention to the actual comments of the criticism, which that Nina was kind of doing that.
Yeah. Can't really blame people for feeling that way. We've been burned way too many times. If it's good, it's good. Yeah, I agree. If it's good, it's good. I don't like when people call everything woke, though, because it takes away from that word. Lady, that's happened already. That ship is sailed. That's just how this works, you know? What else is down here? Nate, are you alive?
Yeah, man, was just dealing with some real world shit. That's why it took me so long to get here.
Also good, man. Don't worry about it. I don't get it. Why give this game the benefit of the doubt and scorn Assassin's Creed? The people who are saying not to judge Ghost of Yote, but criticize the new Assassin's Creed are being hypocritical, in my opinion. Same setting, same issues, different opinions, extreme lack of consistency, different companies. That doesn't matter, honestly. It really doesn't matter. Most of these companies are, despite having differences in how they run businesses, generally view and do things the same. I mean, like Ubisoft compared to Sony, guys, come on. There's a big difference there. But I'm trying to tell you guys is like the way they execute things is generally going to be the same. It's not going to matter if it's a different company. Keep in mind, Sony is the same company that just made Concord. They just dumped $400 million into that, as people found out. $400 million, and they just canned the entire thing. They didn't even bother fixing it. They dumped that much money into this project that was supposed to be like their next big Overwatch-style game, and they just got rid of it within 2 weeks because it didn't have the player base.
Refunded anyone that bought the game so that they could do it as a tax write-off because they didn't make any money. Made zero money on it.
Man,
that in itself is that's right there. I mean, that's throwing in the towel immediately, going, you want to know what? We already see the response to this. There is no point to even trying to fix this. Nope, we're just gonna pull the plug. Stop the bleeding.
Absolute fucking disgusting that the Sony can do that, guys. They didn't even try to fix it. Like, how about go and understand why people aren't playing the game? Or maybe you just released it at a bad time. There could be many reasons why it didn't work. Or people said character designs and all that stuff. Well, could you fix it? Do you just have to just straight up give up? Keep on what I just said there, guys. They just gave up. They didn't even try to do anything. They try to fix it. All these game journalists, they couldn't pump up the numbers with, oh my God, this is the best game of all time. It's better than Apex. It's better than Overwatch. It's better than Fortnite. Yeah, that didn't work at all.
Concord bombed so badly that Sony was like, you're going to pay for this shit one way or another. Guess what? PS5 Pro, $700, bitch.
You know,
what do you think of that?
After Concord, PS5 Pro, 30th anniversary edition, refurbished consoles. They're just trying to make the money back as fast as possible.
Fun fact. So when I went to go do errands today, and I got my hair cut so I don't look like a fucking jungle man anymore. I went to GameStop because I wanted to figure out if it was possible if they could.
Hey, did you get your buff? Did you get a butt fucking?
No, surprisingly did not. This guy, the guy working the counter was just sad and lonely, and I just entertained his ass for a little bit. But here's the thing. So apparently, even though my PS5 is shit the can and it's not working, since I'm a pro member, they'll give me $185 in store credit for it, even though it's not working.
Huh? I do it.
So I'm thinking about taking that bitch in and getting a slim.
Because GameStop will take it, try to refurbish it, and then sell it for a markup. So in the end, for GameStop, I mean, it's a positive because of it. They get into the internals, and it's something that's easily fixed. Then they can turn around. So I mean,
I felt bad for the guy because he looked sad, alone, depressed. He looked like he got a butt fucking. So, like his life.
I would
was
imagine a
fucking
lot of
over.
GameStop employees are that way right now. A lot of Simon and Garfunkel is playing in their head.
Dude,
Hello,
he
darkness, my old
looked sad, a
friend.
little depressed. We talked about Star Wars, talked about Baldur's Gate, and on top of that, I bought something really cool. I felt bad because I was like, you know what? I came into GameStop, might as well buy something.
That's actually pretty cool.
Nice.
It's
What's
Bastila Shan from Star Wars Legends. But remember, Disney doesn't want you to remember this, bitch. There's no female representation in Star Wars.
legendary quote from Bruce Timm?
Meanwhile, you got the baddest bitch in Star Wars history right here. Like, fuck off, Disney.
No,
Fuck
like, dude,
off.
legendary quote from Bruce Timm this year. Batman doesn't have good villains. That straight up just might be one of the worst things I've ever read on the internet.
And yes,
what are you talking about?
I'm gonna open this shit on stream right now. Just so you see what it looks like.
But no, it is just amazing. And yeah, again, the throwing around of the words, it just happens too often. It's overbroad. It really doesn't matter anymore. And again, it's the evil nature that is social media.
Yeah. Because that's the thing though, is calling people like lefties and all that stuff. That has nothing to do with the conversation though, you know. But that is similar tactics that people on that side of the aisle would employ. Like, I don't understand why people have to do this with themselves. They just have to, for some reason, be so casually optimistic that it means that anything has to be ignored, even though we clearly have seen multiple patterns of bad things happening. Keep in mind, what we just talked about with Assassin's Creed and the Ghost of Tsushima 2. Assassin's Creed, that new game they're making with the black guy, got delayed until next year, actually. February 2025. It got delayed because maybe they saw the pre-order sales. Maybe they're not really that good, okay? Like, I just don't get where this mindset comes from where, oh yeah, well, men don't want to play it because of the female protagonist. Well, if men are the ones mostly buying the games, maybe don't do it then. You want to make money?
Did you guys talk about the new Ghost of Tsushima sequel that's coming out?
Yeah, that's what we're discussing right now with and Nina's kind of having to fight her opinion because she's upset that everyone just keeps calling it everything that comes out woke.
So I'm a little torn about this. Yeah, I get that because it's come out basically that the person who's doing the mocap and the voice acting for the character, she is an activist.
Yep.
But at the same time, I also had to do some research just a little bit just to see if all this hate is. And look, if people don't want to buy the game, that's fine. Like, nobody's saying you have to support it. You know, if that's your thing, cool. But I did look online, and apparently there were, at the time, the time period that this game is set in, there were female warriors. I guess take it with a grain of salt. I'm just saying.
No one's fighting the fact that it may have some historical truths to it.
Yeah,
it's the fact that we have seen too many times from AAA studios doing this and then players getting burned in the end.
Yeah,
and so they're very, very stingy when it comes to shelling out the money for the games.
Yeah. I guess the point I'm coming from is, look, if the activism shit is keeping you from playing it, I completely understand. But from a historical standpoint, if they are saying that this is kind of historically accurate, I still wouldn't discredit that. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, no. That's not what I would discredit anything with. What I would have a problem with is that people know there's I don't even like using this word a lot, but objective red flags that we've seen constantly from all the companies, all of them, Sony, Microsoft with gaming, and people, even though I'm not saying the first game is bad. I when I get a PS5, I'll probably will play it. It's been on the game to play the game for a while. I'm not saying it's bad, but that game was made in a different time period compared to what we have now.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if they're going to keep that same level of consistency. People because I got what that one guy was saying. People are going to trust that they're going to be consistent with Ghost of Tsushima 2, but we're not going to trust that they're going to be consistent with Assassin's Creed. I can understand where that mindset is coming from, Emily says, I was watching this EFAP video from Mahler where it was about Ben Shapiro's bad take on Marvel movies, especially thinking that Captain America is going to therapy is a beta male thing to do. Oh my god. Hopefully he didn't say that. Then again, I think back in the day with my older group, we watched Ben Shapiro rank like Star Wars movies, and it was just that was bad. Let's just say that. Or no, maybe it was Batman movies. It was one of them. It was awful.
This thing is even fucking sicker, like out of the box. Like, look at that shit.
That's awesome.
Remember, there's no female representation in Star Wars, though.
God.
It's like a bullshit argument.
No, just they want to put women in everything. Like, guys, I like women. I really do. But like, I don't know. It's this push of just putting women in everything that is such a turnoff for people. If people get tired of it, it's just people just get tired of it at a certain point. Things kind of run their course after a while.
It's the red flags that everyone's been seeing when it comes to what we've constantly been inundated with, and getting burned after buying a game and then finding out the garbage that it was. Either the game ended up being a terrible story or it was full of agenda. And so people have just done, and that's why they automatically go to the woke aspect of it. Yes, you want to know what? It is true. Maybe it isn't a woke game. Maybe it is accurate. Maybe it is a good game. But the fact is that, again, it's separating art from the artist, which I'm not doing anymore. And if you have an actor that's coming out there that's a huge activist, what's going to turn me off from even wanting to even play the game? Because by supporting the game pays that person's paycheck that I just disagree with fundamentally.
Mm-hmm. And time to go over the whole your boy Zach thing. I still might do these topics as videos too, but this guy has been going after Critical Drinker and Erotic and all these people. Some of them he even had connections with, like not personally, but business wise, I would say. Even Gary has mentioned that, your boy Zach was an inspiration for him. So my only real exposure to this guy was back in the day. I remember his channel was recommended to me. This is back when I was watching a lot of Comics Explained, because I told people I didn't have a lot of money growing up, so I had to watch I had to get my knowledge of comics through like videos and internet and stuff like that. So I watched a lot of Comics Explained, and he was recommended to me a lot. And his name back then was like Diversity in Comics. This was like the big blow up for like the whole, I would say, he got really mad at the new way that comics were coming out. Characters were getting race swapped and alternate, and then changed out of teams and a bunch of shit. He would like rip up comic books a lot if they had like bad writing or whatever, calling them woke or whatever. But I only seen like a little bit of his stuff. I didn't even really care for his content all that much. And then everyone kept saying like, "Oh, this guy's really good. He's the guy that got me into this." So his name now is called Comics Matter with your boy Zach. I just think it's the stupidest fucking name ever. Okay, first of all, your boy Zach sounds like some ghetto black kid trying to be a rapper to his friends. I just call him Diversity in Comics. That name sounds way cooler. This name, your boy Zach, is so fucking cringe. So, long story short, after that, this guy's been constantly going after them. Okay, so he's such a fucking pussy, bitch ass loser. He won't do it on Twitter to their faces. He does it on his gay little YouTube community tab. This guy at one point had 108,000 subscribers. Now, if you look at his channel, it's like 97K 400. Yeah, 400,000 subscribers. So he got mad that Critical Drinker didn't review Penguin. And then Critical Drinker, when he got back home, because he was out of town, came back and reviewed the Penguin. That's legitimately what he got mad about. Now, there's more than this. There's more, but this was just the craziest one he was talking about on his community tab, because this guy thinks that all these guys, these channels are similar. They think the same, and there has to be a window that you will allow your audience to basically have you say what they want you to say. So Comics Matter with your boy Zach. It's Review Tuesday, which means you've had 6 days to gauge what your audience will allow. Even just that is stupid, right? That's so fucking dumb. You to say
what the audience will allow? What the fuck does he mean by that?
It means basically
in addition,
he has to say what they agree with.
Well, in addition to that, it's showing that your boy Zach responds more to his audience and doing what his audience that he's generated will want than actually having his own opinions.
If you would
And so
just
he's
review,
pushing it on other creators such as Critical Drinker, Nerdrotic. Now, there's no such thing as a window. You want to know what? How many people are reviewing old TV shows that are well outside the window?
you're doing a lot of time. Yeah, it's a lot.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
need more shelf space, guys.
Good Lord. If you would just review shows as soon as they come out, like every other critic on the planet, that would make you seem more like an actual critic than a consensus aggregator. Okay. Good Lord. Holy mother of God. Okay, so apparently also this guy's ex-military, and you know, serving the country is it's all awesome and shit like that. But just because you serve the country does not mean I have to fucking get on my knees and blow you for what you did. I don't give a fuck what you've done in your personal life.
I'm gonna use a quote from that great miniseries from HBO called Band of Brothers, in which you have Winters say to Sobel, "We salute the rank, not the man." And it's the same in the same situation. You respect a veteran for his service, but the person can still be an absolute piece of shit.
Yeah, I like the quote. Yeah.
It is not an automatic you get away with whatever you want just because you're a veteran. As a veteran myself, no, that's not true. I respect everyone's service, but they still are pieces of shit. Just like Tim Walz.
He's claiming that Drinker is waiting to see the temperature of the room before giving an opinion. You know, this is quite literally what people that don't like them say that they need to improve on, which is before they go and call things woke. This is the sentiment that the other people say. I'm not saying I agree with this, but the other sentiment is that they should wait to say things before. Well, even if he's doing that, let's just say hypothetically he's doing that. Wouldn't you want to give a well thought out opinion other than just, I don't know, spewing out the random bullshit that the first thing that comes to your mind? Shouldn't you want to do that? That should be a thing, right? Where you yourself wait to give an opinion because you've thought about what you were going to say and then you talk about it. So he's basically saying if you have to come up with the review right then and there. And if he doesn't, he's waiting for the room. And it's like that. Like, this doesn't make any sense if we're being completely honest here. Like, yes, in some degree, you do want to put out a new review of something faster than others because that's what's being talked about in that moment in time. That's like the only thing he could be kind of right about. But even that is like, guys, you know why Drinker doesn't need to do that? Because why? His audience is insanely big, okay? He's at the point where he could probably just talk about literally anything he wants and just have an audience for it. He doesn't really have to do it instantly anymore. He's not at that point anymore. He's on a different level compared to the people. Rosa's saying there's levels to this shit. Yeah, he's on a completely different level from people to the point where he could just give an opinion like this. Keep in mind, at the time he posted this video, it was 21 minutes ago, and it had 20,000 views. It doesn't matter when he gives his opinion. People are going to watch no matter what it is. It just, come on. It's just, that's going to be what it is. Critical Drinker, and keep in mind, with Gary and Nerdrotic and all those guys, they've actually never responded to him. And to be fair, Gary's not even mentioned him by name, honestly. He finally did respond to him. This was the tweet. Or maybe, you know, I actually have a life outside of YouTube. Yeah, it's crazy because Zach does not. Was away all weekend and only got back in time to watch and review the show yesterday. Seriously, dude, whatever hate boner you're maintaining here, just rub one out and get over with.
Comics Matter be like, how dare you, Drinker? How dare you be a normal human being and go function in society?
How dare you? How dare you have a life? Go review media and then wait a minute. That's not the way I would like reviewing media. Please don't do that. Wait a minute.
And when you're
How
done,
dare you have a life outside of YouTube? You should be dropping whatever your personal thing is and reviewing the show immediately.
And wait a minute, when you're done reviewing this thing, shove that thing up your candy ass and go review this piece of media next. You fucking slave. You work for us. What a dumbass, dude.
Oh, shit. So he had another follow-up tweet, too, which was, this absolute loser has been grifting off my name and making videos seething about me for months. Not just you, man. Plenty of other guys. But I get it. You don't want to draw them into any drama that are... I understand that, but Just point out it's not just with him, guys. I can go to this guy's community tab right
Gary's
now,
one
and
of
I will
them as
prove
well.
to you
He's
Gary-
gamers.
Did Gary comment under him or?
Yeah. I don't know if he's jealous because his own channel is dying. Well, both those are
Yes,
true.
it is.
Yes, both of those are agreeable. Or just fucked in the head. All three of that is true. That guy is retarded. Have you guys watched that guy's videos? That guy's videos are...
I don't even know who the fuck he is.
You want to know what's amazing? Is I find out more new people that have lost their brain cells and gone nuts when they start attacking that I hadn't even heard of until all of a sudden they're now being brought up by Gary or Critical Drinker or Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah.
That all of a sudden it's like, I have never even heard of this person before.
Either way, it's pathetic to watch. Nerdrotic said, so indie creators that even I've spoken to in the past and everything, they got mad at this tweet. Okay, so any indie creator out there, okay, Gary did not mean this for you. Okay, I know you're trying to clamp to that right now. Be like, well, he meant that towards me. He hates indies. Okay, all right. So I don't give a fuck if he misspelled indie. Who cares? We're not English.
Wait. He hates indie creators, but yet he's friends with one of the biggest indie creators in the indie scene right now. Okay,
didn't they just have Yellow Flash on tonight? Who's making his own book?
That makes total fucking sense, dude. Cope harder.
In the indie comic scene, there are two types of people: the indie comic creator or the indie comic campaign creator.
What?
Oh, shit.
That's that I think in itself is kind of an underhanded dig at EVS.
I didn't assume that, but it's probably implied. I thought he was talking about Zach. Because Zach, I forgot to mention this earlier. Zach is a proponent of this. So I want people to understand. A lot of people thought this was just toward like EVS. Guys will understand. No, that is towards this guy. This guy, not Critical Drinker. This guy right here is a fucking piece of shit. Starts campaigns, doesn't fulfill them. Do you know this guy's even late on campaigns than EVS? Keep in mind, I want to show you guys this in a moment here. This guy's a fucking scam artist piece of shit. He's like, he makes Jawbreaker comics. Cool. No one's read them. No one's talked about them. No one knows what the fuck those books are.
It's like I said, I didn't even know who the hell he was until this started. That's just how fucking irrelevant him and his fucking book is.
This guy says you create nothing. And then I said, creating content is literally creating something, you idiot. Okay, so when people say you create nothing, okay, that is the dumbest illogical fallacy I have ever read. Creating content is creating something. Whether you agree it's on the same merit of creating a gay little comic book, that's up for you to decide, okay? But this is definitely
on top of that,
something.
Gary's about to be a published author.
Yeah.
He's writing his memoirs.
Anyone who refers to themselves as your boy tends to not offer any takes for listening to. God, Zach is great at launching campaigns over and over again. He's absolutely incompetent when it comes to actually making and fulfilling them. People say, but he's attacking EVS. No, guys, Zach does this too. Zach is a big runner in not fulfilling. There was a video he had where he says, you can't be a YouTuber and a comic book creator. I'm just going to buckle down and get these comic campaigns done. None of them are getting done. Nothing is getting shipped out because he is a fucking scam artist, grifting piece of shit. That guy is. He's what does this guy do with all that money people invested into him? Yeah, Zach, where's all that money people invested into you? Where are their books at? And I know people in the scene aren't going to read them. They're going to pretend to read them. They're going to pretend to like them. That doesn't mean anything. Because the problem here is they won't even get to that because they're not getting the books. Zach is a piece of shit. I'm sorry. He's just, I don't know why people are doing this thing where like, oh, he's just crazy. He knows what he's doing. He's just a piece of shit. He's just trying to basically get on the other side, even though he's been very much against that side for a very, very long time.
It seems like he's really out there trying to say, hey, EBS, hey, Dick Masterson, pay attention to me. Pay attention to me.
Oh, God. Let me your boy, Zach. God, man, what a fucking horrible name this guy's channel is.
Your boy, Zach.
God.
Does he use that just from lazy segue for some lazy segue? Hey guys, it's your boy Zach.
Yeah, God, people stopped doing that ages ago on YouTube. Hey yo, it's your boy. Stop! Don't ever do it, guys. That's cringe. Actually,
why is Tony bringing up my pretzels?
Pretzels are disgusting. If you eat pretzels, you're trash.
Dots pretzels are fucking great, man.
We're not doing this tonight. We're not doing this tonight.
Honey
Good
mustard.
Lord.
They're good.
What have you created, you crack smoking piece of shit? You can't even spell the word indie. No. I've met Gary in real life. He spelled it that way because he knew he would trigger a bunch of you weirdos out there. And also, even if he didn't spell it on purpose, who cares? That is another thing we just told earlier. What's the thing I said earlier? An intangible. Who are bringing up a useless intangible for something that means nothing. Who cares? Who gives a fuck if you misspelled it? Who cares? God. Congratulations, internet guy 500. You pointed out the spelling mistake. Oh,
well,
yes.
besides the spelling mistake. He got him. The fact of something that Gary's admitted to from his past. Oh, he owned him.
You got him. How exactly?
Did you know Gary went to prison?
Ladies and gentlemen,
I can't believe he kept that a secret, except for it's on his profile and he has talked about it before.
These motherfuckers literally talk about Gary like the CIA talked about Osama bin Laden when we finally killed him. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. No, you fucking didn't. Shut your ass up.
How exactly are you fighting the culture war without actually creating anything of value? You know what's crazy? You guys don't either. None of your books mean anything. You know, people talk about Eric's books. I'll be honest with anybody in the indie scene. You're not beating Marvel and DC, Image, Dark Horse, none of them. None of you are gonna really have that big of an impact on anything.
I like this.
The only way the beating of Disney and Marvel is going to occur is literally them shutting their doors down.
Literally, that's how it would happen.
That's how it's gonna happen.
He said, "How exactly are you fighting the culture war?" Dude, he literally makes videos talking about Disney and their fucking shenanigans. What do you mean?
Marvel
what do you
Disney
mean?
Is still making millions. Yeah. Marvel.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about Marvel making millions?
I swear this guy is like sitting is in Bob Iger's office right now, pants pulled down, bent over the desk, going, "I did my best, Daddy. I did my best,
Bob. Oh, please. Hey, Bob, can you diddy my butthole? I got him for you."
Is he like an ostrich? Like, is he just got his head buried in the fucking sand? That way he can't hear the truth. Like, dude. Lucasfilm ain't making any money. Fucking Marvel is barely making any money right now. Disney's losing fucking money, and their animated films and live action shit is doing no better. Like, what do you mean?
Oh, and Jeremy quoted something that he said too. He had said this in a different community tab post, but this was what Zach said about them too. They push negativity and hate to their audience. They waited to see what the audience said before giving a positive review.
What? What?
Yeah, he's just
how you know we're talking to a deranged person.
all Jeremy's doing is quoting him, and that's why there's that picture going. What?
There's no level of typing. All you do is just post this picture. Like, are you an idiot? What?
This guy is the real legit prom night dumpster baby. From the one Family Guy episode.
Oh, apparently your boy Zach is mad because Furiosa flopped at the box office. I'm not shitting you. He's really mad about that. Furiosa.
I heard Furiosa wasn't bad. It still flopped, but I heard it wasn't bad.
And that sometimes happens, and that's why you can't gauge a movie purely on dollars. You can gauge it of those that saw it, was it a good reception for those who saw it? Now, it can be a successful movie in the sense that the audience that did see it did enjoy it.
Yeah.
Or it was a financial box office success, so it made money. It can two things can be true. A movie can be a piece of shit garbage, Captain Marvel, and make $1 billion. Or the movie can be mid, not, I mean, the movie can be somewhat good. Audience enjoyed it, but it just did not have the word of mouth to really drive anyone to it. Furiosa.
Give me 1 sec. I'm going to go through this guy. It's like 10 days. Did he delete that post? Oh, Zach. He took down the post. He deleted it. He's
acting like a celebrity that's tied to Diddy. He's going back and deleting posts.
What's that smell?
I'll show you right here.
Guys, Guys, I smell pussy. No.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
God.
something about baby oil.
I love baby oil. I love when it's rubbed against my ass. So this right here was a community tab post. Okay, come right here. Don't see it. Nothing. He has something else. Of course, he said something else about Cargo Drinker. Of course he did. Of course he did, because he's just a fucking obsessed weirdo. Nothing. Nothing. No, it's not here. He deleted it. He got such huge backlash from it, and he got destroyed. Okay, so he did make another post about them because he calls them birthday party clowns. So
Birthday
creative,
party
Zach.
clowns?
So
What?
creative, Zach. So creative.
I'm failing
Yes,
to
Zach,
see.
yes, Zach. You can bend over, open your ass, and take Bob Iger's dick in your ass at that point. Good job, Zach.
Also-
God, you got me.
Also-
Woo!
Tony, to answer your question from earlier, I ain't got pretzels tonight, but I got pizza and root beer. I'm good.
The
And you're
Penguin
not
debuted
sharing, you
yesterday as
fuck.
well. A show that literally made for middle-aged men, Birthday Party Clowns spent 90% of their energy on Agatha all along, a Disney show for tween girls. That is the most coping deflection bullshit ever. Agatha shouldn't be criticized because it's made for teenage girls.
I don't think that show was made for anybody.
If that was made for teenage girls, man.
I watched
really
the first
lost
two
the plot.
episodes, and kind of like history's repeating itself, kind of like the Acolyte with Agatha. Episode 3, I've completely fallen off. I do not give a fuck about this fucking show anymore.
Like
Oh my
right here.
God.
It's another one about Critical Drinker. Girls. It was made for girls. Superhero stuff is for dudes, Zach. Okay.
Fucking The Vampire Diaries was made for girls, but
Hey,
I still enjoy it.
Whore mouth.
I said I enjoy it.
I hate you.
Yeah, you enjoyed Twilight
It's made for
too.
girls.
Anyway,
Okay, if it's made
Vampire
for girls,
Diaries is better than Twilight. Okay.
it is. I bet. Girls, it's made for girls. That's cool. So we're not supposed to criticize it?
Right.
What level of logic does this guy? I can't do this. I can't do this at all. Holy shit. It's probably more here. It's catch this guy's community tab post before he deletes them, usually. Because he deleted the ones that people were really, really throwing him down.
There you go, Tony.
All right, there has to be another one here. It's just about either Critical Drinker,
Nate,
Nerd
you're
Rotted.
nothing but a tease.
Say what?
You're a tease, Nate.
Oh, this is now here was the thing that I was talking about earlier about the whole comic book scam this guy has. Okay, this guy, your boy Trash, gay Trash, this idiot, started an Indiegogo campaign, okay, called Comic Book the Comic Book.
What? What's it about? Hold on.
I don't know how this funded. Please, I don't know. But but I will say this: if you back this guy's comic books and you know he doesn't fulfill and he hasn't fulfilled the other ones, you're stupid. You're just dumb. You deserve to be scammed. Okay. And you know how right here for most indie comic book creators they will put like interiors and the front cover pages. Do you know what Zach put right here? This is images from older Marvel and G.I. Joe comics. I'm not kidding. This is stuff that's already printed. This guy is straight up scamming people on this. This isn't his own art.
So wait,
he's promoting on a comic book campaign other pages, other cover art from other Marvel and DC comics.
Well,
Mostly
how is
Marvel
he?
comics.
Well, hold on. How is he getting the art? Is he just copy and pasting it? Like
He's literally just going on Google, save image as, and uploading this shit. Look at this. This is not his own. If you back this, you're really stupid. If you back this, you deserve your money lost.
Hopefully, Marvel and DC
scam.
never see this because if he's selling their work, that in itself is actionable with cease and desist letters and potential lawsuit.
Look right here. Original art.
Are you serious? You can get on Google and find this exact same art. You fucking anyone who backs this deserves monkeypox. I'm just putting that out there. I am being dead serious. If you back this, you are a fucking jackass and you deserve everything coming your way.
No,
and not in the best light.
I'm just being honest here. If you back this, you're retarded. First of all, this guy doesn't fulfill his campaigns already, from what I heard. Okay. Then second of all, he starts another one up and doesn't even put out any comic art from a person that he's potentially hired? Nothing. So people with an Indiegogo campaign usually get an artist to make art to sell to you because they would show you completed pages. Guys, this is not his. This is quite literally using someone else's work to sell whatever this is.
MSK, you know what you should do? You should make a video about this.
No. Oh my God, please.
Make a video about this.
What did I just see?
What?
Sold out original art cover. Someone bought. Oh, shit. Fuck. Holy shit.
Make a video about this. I'm dead serious.
This guy. I know. I am. I was just surprised at all this. But look at this, guys. Original art cover. Someone claimed this for $500. Shipping December 2024.
Somebody paid $500 for something that you could literally get on Google and just print as a fucking poster. Like, what the fuck? Come on.
Might be the biggest scam I've ever seen. This is the straight up biggest scam I've ever seen.
If you pay for this, you're a clown. You are you are a fucking troglodyte. Like,
I'm just pointing out right now. You back this, you deserve to not get your money back at all. Well, to be fair, to back this, you would know you're throwing your money into a fucking fire pit.
$500? What moron is paying $500 for that?
Someone pledged $500 to comic book.
I don't know what they look like, but they must have the most punchable fucking face in the world. Like, some people. Oh my God.
Holy shit. A functional history of modern comics.
And it's just screen grabs of comic book art. Like, what? There's no commentary behind it. There's no words talking about the history.
And it's only 33 pages. Wait, and it's only 33 pages.
This guy's an idiot.
He has an update. The digital mock-up's complete. Art supplied, ordered. And look at the interior page. I don't usually like attacking the audience, but there are times the audience is straight up stupid. Yeah. If you back this, you are stupid. You deserve to be scammed. I backed so early, so I'm very happy and relieved that you made it, and without drama.
Okay.
Wow.
Sure.
Wow.
These people they have their heads so far up their own asses. Like,
God.
Reminds me of the episode of South Park where they moved to San Francisco and love smelling their own farts.
We're literally living in a South Park episode, guys.
To add to what others have said, I am more excited for this than any other project you've done. I mean, the ones he hasn't fulfilled. Okay. I'm so glad this got funded.
Why does that seem so artificial? That looks fake as fuck, dude. Like, look at it. Look at how it's worded.
Yeah, like I always kind of felt that way too. Some of these comments feel really botted. I was actually going to be mad if this didn't get funded.
What? Okay, this has got to be a joke. Somebody wrote this fucking shit for him just so he could feel good about himself. Like, no, that's not real. I don't buy that.
A hero got this campaign past 30K, which means that it's now going to be 30 pages long.
So he's literally doing 1,000. So he's adding a page every $1,000 raised.
Yeah, for every 10K.
That is a scam.
This is a scam, people. Like, I'm sorry. This is some boogie shit right here. If you
for another $1,000, I'm just gonna go on Google search and find another comic book to add to the.
If you back an original art page, are they awarded randomly? Do backers get to choose? How will this work, buddy? You're not getting anything original.
MSK, you need to send him that cover of the New Warriors that nobody read. So you can put that in there too, because nobody's buying this. Well, I take that back. No, people are buying it. They're fucking idiots.
These people are so bought into culture war, they would fund a straight up person scamming them. I don't care if he watches the video and says, I'm going to sue you. Yeah, go ahead and do whatever you want. I'll take that letter and I'll wipe my ass with it. Show a court this. You are selling people Marvel comic book covers from the 70s to 90s.
Yeah. As much as I don't like Marvel currently, show them this and see what they fucking do. They will laugh at you, and on top of that, they will sue the fuck out of you for everything you got. You were a fucking idiot.
Better get them cease and desist papers ready, buddy. Okay. What else is here? Father, there's hacked. Oh my goodness. He also got mad because that one guy blew his brains out. Oh my god. It was
what guy?
It was the one comic book guy. He blew his brains out when he had this like big controversy, and he like fucking just lost his brain. I forgot the guy's name at this point now because it's been too long.
Oh god.
Okay, what else?
What does this guy look like? Like, you said he's got a YouTube channel. Like, does he ever show his face?
He shouldn't, because he's probably ugly as hell.
I think he does.
He probably does. Give me one moment here. Okay,
he better not be talking shit about Brandon Lee's Crow, man. That might actually make me angry.
God, but he'll trash on Max Visaggio. So Max Visaggio is a broke, weird Looney Tune who got to work on Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon prequel comics. Zack Snyder didn't even bother tagging this freak in his post to get him more followers. But this guy's been begging for money constantly, you know? Hey, everybody, we need help very badly. I just sold a comic book, but it's going to be a few weeks before I start getting paid for it, and we need to eat. We're trying to raise some cash to get us through the gap. Your help is sorely appreciated. Mags, get a job. Go to Home Depot, apply there, and work with Felipe.
Why?
I don't care what you do.
Why
Just get a job.
Maybe Lowe's. I mean, why does it have to just be Home Depot? It could be Lowe's.
I hear the strip clubs are hiring
people like
True Value hardware store. I mean,
I heard Home Depot likes people like him. Weird Looney Tunes.
You could change your name to Cinnamon Jackie or something. I don't fucking know.
Cinnamon Jack. That sounds awful. Who told you that name? Holy shit.
Believe it or not, that was an NPC for a campaign that we ran a long time ago, and it's just stuck with me all these years.
God, guys, Max Visaggio is a known Looney Tune that he says he's a good comic book writer. No one buys that guy's shit. No one bought his stuff for Rebel Moon's prequel comics. None of that stuff. So this was one of the posts right here. Max Visaggio. This was 12 hours ago from that day. It was just about 6 days ago when this post was made on Twitter. I think Max blocked me because I called him a Looney Tune. I'm not okay. What will help the most right now? Money, a job. I don't know. Max, stop being broke and get a job. Please stop being broke. Go work at Target or Walmart. I don't care. Pick a place and work. Stop relying. You can understand, comic books, I'm not saying you can't make it a full-time job, but comics don't pay enough money for that to live off of anymore. They don't.
This ain't the 80s anymore. You can't live like that.
Holy crap, man. So, yeah, don't back comic book to comic book. And if you did, well, you're an idiot.
You deserve monkeypox. I'm just saying.
You deserve the meteor. Just to be completely honest.
You deserve the meteor. You deserve the fucking rapture if you support this book.
Like, I'll be honest here, there are so many other talented people out there that would kill to have backers like that. But then you have people like that guy getting backers for basically pulling off of complete scams. Bro.
Would it be funny if EBS was one of the people that backed it?
He got his audience to do it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be shocked at all.
No.
No,
special, and it would explain why there's all of him constantly now going after Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, and Critical Drinker. It sounds like an EVS supporter or someone that's trying to stay on EVS's radar.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
But here is, we're gonna go for just a little bit longer. We have one more thing to talk about. Keep on, guys. I'm just going through most of the stuff that happened this week too. Venom: The Last Dance is early tracking to earn $80 million to $120 million on its domestic box office opening weekend, potentially the highest of the trilogy and one of the biggest of 2024.
The last one bombed, didn't it?
I thought it did.
I thought it did.
Only the first one made any significant level of profit.
I was gonna say, if the last one fucking bombed, why the hell are they expecting this one to make more money?
Yeah, they this was released in that period of that thing that happened, you know, that potential virus thing. And this also came out a week at no, because what came out after this? Oh, No Time to Die came out after this movie too. So
Well, at $100 million budget, what they're reporting, I mean that looks like
marketing
it
too.
maybe at best broke even.
Yeah.
If the marketing was around potentially 60 million, that probably broke even.
Yeah,
being honest here,
Tony.
Maybe they had enough to buy a Big Mac.
Tony said the Venom movies are butt cheeks. Yeah,
these are bad movies.
They ruined Carnage, and now they're getting ready to ruin Null, which I'm very fucking disappointed about.
Oh yeah, my favorite event, the King and Nagger event. I love it.
It's a really good book, dude.
Oh, I love being
like
racist.
they're and the thing is, Null is a character that just recently appeared. He hasn't even been in comics for like 5 years yet. And they're already getting ready to fuck his character into the ground by not even exploring half of the stories that make him fucking cool.
Oh God, I hate it. I mean, I watched the first one. I watched all these except for Madam Web, actually. And that.
Are you gonna watch Craven? You ready for Craven time?
Ready to Craven these nuts?
Craven these nuts.
He needs to say that. If he says that, I'll go repeat viewings. I'll become a viral meme. I've seen Craven 5 times in the theaters.
If he says that, he would have went from Craven the Hunter to Johnny Bravo real quick. Hey baby, you gonna be craving these nuts? I know
Cinematic history was made.
Cinematic history. Like, I'll be honest, who's okay? Like, if the movie does well, fine. But who is interested in watching Venom 3? Like, is that really on people's minds right now? Is Venom 3?
I have never really been interested in the live action Venom.
I would like to see a proper Venom done right, which it's shocking that Sony can't get it right. Even after all these years since Spider-Man 3, they still can't fucking do it right. It's like, dude, this is not rocket science. There's a way to do Venom the right way. It's literally laid out in these fucking comics, in these pages. Just do it that way. Like, it's not hard. But no, Sony they can't be patient. They want their money right fucking now, and they know the character, the image of Venom just prints money. And look, that's fine, but look, people want to see a good story with this character, and you're not giving them that. You're rushing the shit, and you're just putting it out there and hoping that the money comes in.
Well, it's not just that; it's they're trying to hold the rights to
the license,
to the characters. That's all they're trying to do, and that's why they're pushing this garbage out and trying to keep everything that is Spider-Man to have a Spider-Verse. It's just not working because, again, they're pushing out garbage just to hold the license.
Well, now they're at a point now where there's a report saying that they're thinking about rebooting this whole thing anyway. And it's like, what? Why? You're
getting another origin story of Spider-Man?
Yeah.
There's rumors that they might reboot the universe, but there was also rumors that came out a year ago that the guy that's running the Sony film division department said he might not even want to continue doing more movies with these characters. And I was like, wait a minute, whoa. You never had anything with these characters. To reboot, that would imply that people even cared about the franchise to begin with. I'm so surprised this even went this long. The Venom doing well back in 2018 signified to Sony that they could probably just drop anything related to Spider-Man and then it would make money. And then
here's the biggest problem. Morbius could be cool if he was fighting Spider-Man. Kraven the Hunter could be cool if he was fighting Spider-Man. Venom could be cool if he was fighting Spider-Man. How are they not figuring this out?
Would have been a better character had Spider-Man been involved.
Exactly. But
they keep just bringing out all of these characters that are from Spider-Man without Spider-Man. It doesn't work.
El Moretto could have been a cool cameo if Spider-Man was involved. I said cameo, not movie, because I don't know what the fuck they were smoking in the Sony offices when they came up.
My issue is like I've seen rumors similar to what we've talked about in just a moment. There is reboot what? Nobody likes these.
You have nothing there to reboot. You had
What are you
nothing to
rebooting?
be. You had
Just
nothing
straight
to
up
be
start over. Just start over. There's nothing reboot. Start over.
Just admit you failed and move the fuck on.
I think they said they're not going to make any more Venom movies. Thank you.
So
awesome.
what? They're going to make more Morbius movies? Like, what's the implication there?
Please, no, Sony, please listen to me. Make another Morbius movie, please.
After all the memes and shit, it'll make $1 billion.
Dude, I swear,
easily.
it was like I remember I read this quote last year on Twitter. It was like, yeah, Venom is the third one is gonna be the final film of the trilogy. I don't think people were on their knees asking for more Venom movies. Pretty sure that's not what happened.
Sony was so far up their own ass that they literally saw people memeing and making fun of Morbius and were like, people love our movie. This is amazing. And they re-released it. It only made
because of Morbin time.
It only made $20,000 nationwide. Sony is so fucking stupid, dude. Like, they are literally the walking, living epitome of, hey, we're not laughing with you. We're laughing at you. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know what the Sony universe reminds me? I'm glad this happened today. So apparently shit exploded everywhere.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I think in
Like,
China.
literally?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit exploded.
No way.
Breaking. Poop exploded everywhere, landing on the roads, cars, people, and pets the moment a sewage pipe pressure test in Nanning failed. The scene of horror shows feces falling from the sky after the initial explosion inside. This is Sony's Spider-Man universe.
Play it.
No.
Please play it. You're not going to get demonetized.
They're going to be like, oh my God, shit's falling out of the sky.
That's not that.
Just imagine a fat sumo Chinese guy took a fat dump and that shit flew in your eyes.
That's a good way to get monkeypox right there.
Keep in mind that a lot of people in China ride motor scooters.
Motor scooters.
What if you were eating
they got
a pile of shit just fell on your food?
I mean,
and the Chinese people reacted with, "Hey, I don't want shit on me. I'm not German."
I mean, at least the Chinese people will cook your food like normal people, as opposed to the fucking Indians who just cut meat up with their fucking crusty ass toenails. And not only do they soak their food and shit, then they cut it up with their crusty ass toenails and feed it to you that way.
Got this shit
I can't even eat my pizza anymore after talking about that.
Oh no! You make that show the body cam footage. We have body cam footage of an angle of it. Okay, let's turn it down. This is the body cam footage of it.
Body cam footage?
Oh,
that's a biblical plague of God right there.
Oh no, as it and it splatters.
Looks like a good time.
Don't worry, I brought air pressure. Read the comments. Keep reading the comments.
Oh, looks like a good time to into that stuff. Oh, oh, could you imagine how the air would smell? The air would smell putrid.
Dude, you go outside and your fucking like nasal cavities just seize up and die. Like, oh no.
I predict a strong forecast of hepatitis.
Chris Christie at Taco Bell.
I would like my pizza with a side of dysentery, please.
Hey everybody, there's a shit cloud coming. Run. Could you imagine? This shit is getting real. Holy shit. That's shitty. Average Indian trip. Trump, eat ducks, not dogs. Trump, eat ducks. What the fuck is this?
Someone take MSK's face and put it right there.
Oh my God.
Hey, it's a modern it's an Indian version of Iron Man.
That's what the Indian food does to your ass. It just sends you to the stratosphere.
Uh,
I got the poo on me, China.
oh God. Oh yikes. The comments here. This is this is we have to find that vagabond post where he said Melanie Mac could call him the N-word, and we had the Superman saving the black white girl, and she said, "Thank you." Oh my God, the blackface Norman Osborn, where he said, "I'm something of a nagger myself." Oh, that's the funniest shit ever, man.
Oh God, we're never gonna be able to find that again. Like I don't know.
I have to dig so deep to find. I should have bookmarked it.
We could probably ask Vagabond to find it, and he probably would. But oh my God,
that'd be the funniest thread ever. A black guy saving a white girl, and he just says, "Thank you."
We already know what happened after that. After that happened, right? You just dropped her.
Even if you have what are those things on the card? Your windshield wipers. Imagine windshield wiping shit.
Okay, no, something that people are not thinking about. So you're driving in your car, you have your AC on, but you're pulling in the air. That smell went into the cab unless you're on recirculate.
What makes it even worse is not just the AC, but if it's humid as fuck outside when that happens. Oh no. Oh.
Oh shit. China is a complete shit show. Okay.
I mean, he's not wrong there.
There was a guy in the left corner running towards it, realizing what it is and turning back around is so real.
He was running towards it to help until he realized what it was and then ran away.
Oh no, San Francisco is I run the other way.
We need to get Professor Savage Dad to narrate that.
Oh, that's just so nasty.
Reminds me, have you guys seen that movie RV with Robin Williams, where he's taking himself and his kids, his kids and his wife on a cross country trip, and they rent this big ass RV. There's an entire scene dedicated to them trying to empty out the the fucking shitter in the RV, and the whole thing explodes and he gets rained on. It's kind of what that clip reminded me of. Just Robin Williams covered in shit.
Wow. Just wow.
Yeah. Okay. So, little known fact. Some do know this. Robin Williams, it was a Navy veteran.
Cool.
Yep. And on top of that, he was a missile tech on a ballistic missile sub.
What year?
80. It would have been 70s, 80s.
Okay.
I have 70s. But yeah, no, it's no.
Robin Williams was a badass. Holy shit.
If you could bring back Robin Williams, but have to trade out one current actor, who would it be? To get Robin Williams back.
There's a lot of current actors I could trade out and not miss them at all.
my vote is Mark Hamill.
I'd probably say I'll trade
Rachel Zegler. We can get rid of Rachel Zegler to bring him back.
I will trade Amy Schumer for Robin Williams in a heartbeat.
Oh, so if we're staying with comedic, yeah, I would go with Schumer. Yeah,
Amy Schumer's not funny. I'm sorry. Like, don't get me wrong. I like it when women talk about their vaginas just as much as the next guy. But when that's all you fucking talk about, it stops being funny. And then it stops being even more funny the more you talk about it.
I don't know. I mean, it's between Amy Schumer and why am I blanking on her name? She had a TNT show or whatever. Oh, Samantha Bee.
I was gonna say, who's the bitch that Dave Chappelle was talking about in one of his stand-up comedies on Netflix? He said so and so's not funny. That's never gonna happen. I completely forgot her name.
I just can't believe that if you were driving a motor scooter down the highway, a sewer explodes full of shit, and you have to drive to that to get to work.
He pulls
well,
up.
well, it's not that just that. It was the fact they were doing a pressure test. So it was under pressure. That's what caused it. If it had just been normal flow, okay, maybe it would have flooded the street, but would not have had that kind of explosion into the sky.
God, that's so gross.
They were in the danger zone for a minute, weren't they, guys?
That's not danger zone. That's a shitty zone.
I mean, they were on the highway to the danger zone.
That's shitty zone.
They were riding into the danger zone.
That's a shitty zone. God.
They were
Here in America, we have hurricanes and tornadoes. China, they got a shit storm.
Literally. Hallelujah, it's raining shit. Hallelujah, it's raining shit.
my I can't do it anymore. My brain is fried.
Son, what'd you get at school today? I got a lollipop. Daughter, I got chocolate. No, daughter, chocolate. Wife, I got shit on.
Hey, honey, how was your day at school? Hey, mommy, the sewer blew up and shit fell in my mouth.
Mommy, I taste shit.
Why does it smell like black people?
God. What? How did we get to that? What the fuck?
What's with all the corn?
Oh, what?
Yeah. Oh goodness. So Gary had talked about something last night, and I just put under his thread.
I think there's blood in that shit.
Don't please stop. That's disgusting. It's actually gross.
Anyway, what about Gary?
No. I was I think I commented on one of his things. Oh shit! I was like, black dads, no influence and no reason to be around their kids.
That's not right.
Pointing out. Hey, that's how it works. I'm just putting honest here. If Chrissy was single, I would let her sit on my face. Just saying. What am I wrong?
You were a sad, strange little man, and you had
not let her. If Chrissy was single, would you let her sit on your face?
There's a lot of women out there that if they were single, I'd let them sit on my face. But you know what? Considering how many black mambas have been in those landing strips, I probably don't need to.
I was gonna say in Nate's defense, probably not, because Chrissy's old. To Nate.
Shut up. I mean, if Bastille Sean was real, I mean, I'd hit that shit in a heartbeat. She's got battle meditation. What the fuck does Ray got? Nothing. Just her shitty ass name being Palpatine.
Yeah. Again, I will say the entire time, it is not the Skywalker saga. It is the Palpatine saga.
Yep. It's the Palpatine saga now. It's no longer the Skywalker saga.
The shit
with a case of identity theft at the end of the movie series.
Identity theft. Oh, fucking shit.
Oh my god.
Honest Game Land. She said, watch your language, MSK.
How you doing? Gosh. What do we say?
We've said a lot of things these past 10 minutes.
I know what she means. Anna, you could sit on my face. I would that would be greatly appreciated.
That's verbal harassment, brother.
Verbal harassment. She's my stepmom. What the hell? Did you know my dad married her? My black dad that I don't have?
That's a cool fantasy, bro.
Going out for menthol cigarettes?
I think
Marlboro cigarettes and Skittles.
Wait, the day MSK
that's mine. No, that's mine. No, that's mine. So that can't be true because I'm not your daddy.
The day MSK gets a sodagram is going to be the greatest day of his life.
God. Oh, a black guy being there for his kid?
I swear, I'm about to package up Skittles and Marlboro cigarettes and send them to MSK.
We need to
I know
be
your
like
dad isn't around, but I get to, here you go. At least this is what he ran out for.
We need to be like Gabriel Iglesias and make a racist gift basket. Have you heard that story?
No.
You've never heard that story? I'll have to watch the clip sometimes. It's fucking hilarious, dude.
God, man, just imagine that. Gosh, hey, I'll say this right now. Would you have sex with a fat chick?
If she didn't stink.
I'll be honest here. I would. When I was younger, I would have said no but as I got older, I'm like, I don't really care as much. As I go, I was like, I don't give a fuck. And he can't be too big, not like
Now
Lizzo
I'm not talking like my 600-pound life kind of big. Like,
okay. There should be some standards there, obviously.
there are standards. I mean,
like if they have a fat ass,
desperation leads to a widening exception of choices.
If you decide this is gonna sound horrible, but if you decide to go into a girl that weighs over 600 pounds, I don't call that sex. That's just bestiality at that point. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Ones that I wouldn't say fat. I would say, well, they are kind of fat technically, but ones that are like you see stomach flab. Like no, like some that are just like curvy.
If I can pick up your stomach flab and it makes the formation of a tongue, I'm not doing you,
dude. I watched an episode of LOLCal Live. I'm being honest with you guys, that might be my newest guilty pleasure. That show is pure
You really
trash.
have nothing else going on in your life that you're going to sit there and watch that dog shit? Like, what the hell?
Boogie is just
you want to know what? Because you had to say that, Nate, about the tummy flap. I'm just thinking it's like it's almost like putting the dick between the breasts and titty fucking. You do that with the belly flap.
Have you ever seen Adam Sandler's Click? And they like fast forward in time. It's like years after he has cancer and shit. He comes out of a coma and they've like sucked all the fat out of him and it's just foreskin just kind of hanging there and he's fucking around with it. He's like, it looks like a tongue. You never seen that?
Gosh, man.
I really am. I need to go back to reviewing movies because of this shit. I need to inform you guys about movies like this.
Yeah,
cinema.
I was gonna get some videos done when I got home from work, but I was so tired. I just had to take a nap.
Nate, you should kick your movie reviewing off with Jack and Jill.
MSK, aren't you an absentee white father?
I would rather delete my channels forever than ever fucking do that.
I always tell her as a stepmom, you can always punish me.
Drunken, I'll tell you what. I will give you Jack and Jill if you just promise me that I don't have to review Little Nicky. I fucking hate Little Nicky.
Little Nicky?
Yeah, I hate Little Nicky. It's fucking stupid, man.
It's a product of its time and of Adam Sandler's career at that moment.
That was a low point in his career. What he's talking about.
No lower than it's been on a few movies that have recently come out that are direct to Netflix.
I mean, I like Grown Ups and I like Click. I mean, they're guilty pleasures at best, but I mean, I've seen the highlights of his career, and no, Pixels is not a highlight. I know there's that one jackass out there that's like, oh, Pixels is not good. Shut your fucking mouth. That movie's dog shit. This is a 10-pound bag of ass. We're never talking about that. Oh man.
Oh, I found it. Good Lord. Oh, remember someone found an article headline of like giving girls orgasms is the gayest thing you can do.
Huh?
I'm not even kidding.
Says who?
Oh shit. Okay.
Probably an author that goes, oh, those women's vaginas are just so gross.
Let me guess. She looks like the bitch that wrote the 50 Shades of Grey books, huh?
So Chaz sent me this to talk about on the show, and the tweet was from 2021. A man performing oral sex is actually a huge turnoff to me. A man becomes less masculine the moment he goes down on a woman. Don't ask me why I think that. It's just my perspective.
We want to know why. You can't just say some shit like that.
Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. What the?
Don't question my opinion. Just accept it.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Does he look like a bitch?
There's actually a comic book panel of Batman just straight up eating out Catwoman, and his eyes look like they're rolling so far back into his head. He looks like he's possessed.
But
I'm not kidding.
Who wouldn't though? I mean,
Yeah,
fucking
Batman.
hell.
Okay, if I type into the internet, Batman eating out Catwoman, probably don't want that shown on screen.
I'm so afraid of what's in his search history.
I know.
No. This is
So the unsolved mysteries. We're gonna find out when we find out tonight. When we find out,
Zack Snyder posted it because people kept saying, "Oh, Batman wouldn't do anything immoral." And then Zack Snyder posted a picture of Bruce eating out Selina.
I mean, he wouldn't fuck Batgirl on a rooftop either. I mean, whoever put that in a Killing Joke is a fucking idiot. I'm talking about the animated movie they did a couple years ago.
Right.
That shit.
Oh, I'm surprised. Well, you guys aren't that much into comics as well, but you probably didn't see this.
I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, it's fucking Selena Kyle, man. Like, good lord.
Yeah, but there's nothing going on in Gotham. I mean, they're just taking after my philosophy of saving the city.
I would be the worst.
Fuck it.
I would be the worst fucking Batman ever, because if I ever came across somebody like, Pamela Isley or fucking Selena Kyle, dude, it would be game over. Like, Gotham would just be fucking like doomed.
This is why Boogie is retard. I remember this post from the 20. I remember this. This is a throwback to a famous Mary Jane cover an artist did. He said, "Comic book fans, what does a heterosexuality have to do with comic books? Comic books. No, you fucking fat loser. This is the what I'm not doing this.
What is
That's
he
a
trying
sex
to
appeal.
Say?
What is his problem with gingers?
How dare women actually look attractive? Oh no.
Oh no. That wouldn't be sexuality. That would just be a girl using her sex appeal.
No, but Little Wang, aka Smile Ren, can take off his fucking shirt and whip out his little Wang for the fucking acolyte. But no, Mary Jane can't show cleavage. Oh no.
Again, I still will go to the fact that I can't take that actor serious in any kind of role after him being on The Good Place and playing Jason Mendoza. The guy is a freaking idiot, and I only see him as that character now.
I mean, to his credit, and credit where credit's due, he is still the best thing in the acolyte. I will give him that.
So apparently someone found a kitty.
Really?
No. He found a kitty that was about to be like squashed. That's his new buddy. And then this person down here says, Anthony, he's black.
What's the one under it? The world needs white people? What does that mean?
It's black.
Why is that in bold text?
Oh, I got a clip. I saw a comment. I bookmarked this video, and it is so fucking hilarious. Let me put it.
I love when people have their cat stories. I'm one of those old guys now where I like the cat stories. I don't care. Cats are awesome.
According to my uncle, cats are dicks. He doesn't like fucking cats.
It depends on the cat that you have. I mean, I had one cat that I swear to God, every time he stared at me, I could tell he was plotting my death.
He's plotting world domination as well as killing you while you sleep. Oh, fuck.
Well, we'll be wrapping it up here in a little bit. We have about another 5-10 minutes and we'll wrap it up. We had a great show tonight. Nate came in a little bit later, but it's fine.
Yeah.
All good.
Good reason too, but I won't talk about it here.
That's fine. We'll be back here tomorrow at around 6 PST. Actually, I should have this one-on-one with this person unless they cancel. I double checked today. They said we're still good for it, so I should have that. I have some other videos I'm working on for you guys. You know, it's been a roller coaster with YouTube. As people know, I just don't care anymore. I'm just gonna be flinging shit at the wall, seeing what sticks. There's not really much I can do other than do that. You know?
Hey, I like the fact that you brought back the intro, man. It's pretty nostalgic in a way. I remember when I first met you in 2022. It was the exact same fucking intro you had back then, man.
What else do I have now, man?
I mean, dude, you should be proud of everything you got, man. I mean, you got more subs than me, and I've been doing this. I've been trying to do this shit for what feels like 10 years now. But according,
I'll give you my channel. I'm leaving YouTube.
I don't need your channel, dude. Come on.
I'm gonna give you all my clout.
Oh, fucking hell.
You know, because that's the thing. I would never quit because I just genuinely love doing it. You know, I couldn't do it, honestly. I like talking about this stuff.
Even like me, you know, even if it doesn't become something, I mean, I do it because it's just fun, you know?
Yeah. I do understand. I am doing it for myself. I'm obviously not doing it for other people. The only, like, I need help with the podcast because, well, you know, I can't do a podcast by myself, but.
Well, nobody's going to watch a podcast if you're just doing it by yourself too, man. I mean, after a while, and I'm not saying this is a slight, but after a while, people would get tired of you. They'd be like, "Hey, bring somebody on, like spice it up a bit." You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why there was the idea of bringing the people on, because you know you would have different opinions and actual conversation. Because if you feel like if you want to hear my opinion, just go watch the videos. Then
there was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people.
To see, and then there are some of us that are here that are contractually obligated.
Today, Junior. No,
it's in my contract.
It's in your contract. You know what's not in your contract? Saving the city.
No. I mean, it would save the city or sign this contract. And I decided, you want to know what? Lesser of two evils. I signed the contract.
You took a pack of Marlboro. They bribed you with a pack of Marlboro cigarettes and a contract. The fuck? I smoked a cigar for the first time tonight. It was actually pretty cool.
Oh, now you're Matt Walsh.
Now I am a man, a true man. You're a man. Now you're a man.
Good old South Park.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
well, we'll wrap it up here. Nate, what you got planned coming up?
Really nothing at the moment, man. I mean, it's even I'll be honest, it's even rare that I showed up tonight just with everything that's been going on. But I'm keeping my head on straight, just trying to get through it one step at a time. But hopefully within a couple weeks, Curse of Strahd will be back on the air. It's just like with the way things have been going, dude, like mentally and emotionally, I just have not been able to fucking focus at all. And it seems like with the way things are going right now, it's just getting worse. So, I mean, I'll pop in from time to time, like tonight, you know, just hang out because I need you guys. I need that emotional support, and I need my friends, you know, because you guys do get me through some pretty hard stuff, and I appreciate
I hate you. I hate everything about you.
I love you too, buddy. But, no, not really anything coming up, you know, not anything coming up right now. But like I said, I'll definitely pop in from time to time, like I did tonight.
All right, Emerald, anything you got planned coming up?
Well, back here again tomorrow night, and later tonight I'll be on Beelzebub at midnight PST over on the Devil Made Me Do It channel.
It's like almost 2 a.m. over here in North Carolina.
Yeah, that show starts in about an hour and 15 minutes.
I'm gonna
so 2 hours. So I'll be going to bed about 2:30, 3 in the morning.
You see, this is another reason why I probably shouldn't go to the FNT meetup. I would have such fucking jet lag. Like, you guys would be partying and having a good time with Gary and Nerd Erotic and all this fucking guy. You'd be having a good time with Drinker and Nerd Erotic and all those fucking guys. And I'm just sitting in the background like, I want to go to bed. I'm fucking tired.
Or trust me, when you're there, when you get there and stuff with the energy and talking to people, you'll be awake.
Yeah, like I thought I was gonna be tired too, but I was straight up dead at the end of the night when we all went to get food the first night, and oh my god, we were so fried. We went back to Joker's bar. I was so dead. People were like, "Is that guy just?" People thought I was hungover, and I don't even drink. I was just that. My eyes were falling out of my brain, dude.
They've never seen a black man on the verge of death before.
God, fucking hell, I was so tired.
Tony said, I like everyone here except MSK. He's a clout stealer. Nah, he's good. He's good. We love him.
I love baby oil.
Why?
Kamala.
Do you buy in bulk?
Are you going to put baby oil on Kamala's ass and do nasty despicable things with her?
This person we used to watch called Jody's Corner had a video called "Is Kamala Harris Back?"
What? What do you mean? Is she back?
Yeah, so he doesn't do politics on his channel. As he says, I don't do politics. Talking about Kamala Harris is literally talking about politics because she is going to be. Well, she's not going to be. She's a presidential candidate. Let's just say that. But the video description says that it's mostly off the back of like, is she black or not?
She's not black. We've already established this. It's the same thing with Obama. That fucker wasn't black either. That guy is Samoan. Let's get that straight from now on. He's not black. That fucker is Samoan. All right. And she's not black either. That bitch is Indian. She's probably sitting at home cutting fucking food with her toenails right now as we speak.
That's the thing is, I don't even care if she is black or Indian. She's unfit to be president. I'm sorry, guys. There's no policies there. There was a few clips that I've seen her talk. I've heard her. She legitimately said in a clip, "Why isn't Twitter and Facebook ran the same?" And if I even have to break that down for you, you're retarded. I can't.
She's a fucking communist. But remember, guys, we're somehow the fascist ones.
God, man, fuck.
Hey, you want to know what? If you don't agree with Kamala and the Democrats, we're gonna censor you.
If you don't agree with Kamala and the Democrats, you ain't black. According to Joe Biden. Oh, shit.
Well, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Iron Man podcast. As I always say, the Cloud9 podcast is getting uploaded to Rumble right now, almost on season 4, about to be on season 5. That way that show can be synced up with being live on Rumble when I'm done uploading all the episodes. The podcast platforms, I'm still trying to upload more of the episodes there from the Iron Man and Cloud9 podcast. Just a little bit slow on that right now. And yeah, more consistent content is dropping. I'm going to get more comic book books read. So I'm trying to do this thing where I put out the channel update video. I'm trying to have like at least 3 videos a week on the comic channel between like reviews and news for the comic book industry. And I have other videos I have to do on here as well. But keep in mind, guys, I'll make sure to I'm never, ever going to quit doing this. But the days of me caring about what I'm going to put up as far as like algorithms and all that stuff, it's just not going to be there anymore. I really can't get people interested in anything I've ever been able to do as far as like content wise. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just cursed, but I don't care anymore. Videos will come out and you're going to get podcasts and streams. That's where we're at right now.
You know, a piece of advice, man, don't think too hard about it. I was just going to. All right. You know what? Never mind. I was trying to give you some positive reinforcement, you fucking idiot.
I was looking at the cat.
Oh, yeah, there he is. He got big shit, man.
He got really big.
What the heck?
He started off as a small little kitten.
He's
5 months old, and he's getting neutered on Monday.
He's got some junk in the trunk, man. What have you been feeding that cat?
Oh, I give him a good diet. He's beer and bacon, and he's a big fan of filet mignon. He likes bacon wrapped everything.
Oh, what's he doing? What's he going for? He's like, Dad.
He's climbing on the
microphone. I could get a cat, but I'm too afraid of them coming in here and climbing on all my fucking like nerd paraphernalia.
Oh, it's not about getting a cat and taking care of them. The problem is like I don't want them eating on my wires. Cats do that. They just chew on the wires.
My cat
usually cats chewing on wires. It's because it's usually because of a nutritional defect in the sense of they're not getting something in their diet, and that's usually with giving it like a supplement or something like that. Usually, we'll take care of a lot of that problem.
He's like, Dad, pay attention to me.
I hear you're gonna cut my balls off on Monday. I'm not
He's like,
liking
he's
this.
like, why are you doing that? I don't want to be a tranny, Dad. Come on.
Well,
I don't want you to change my name to Natalie. What the fuck?
so I have more content coming out on the comic channel and this one as well. The Yu-Gi-Oh channel and the other channel I want to get off the ground will be starting very soon. So yeah, we got a lot of big stuff planned here. Well, that's pretty much it. We'll be here tomorrow for Saturday show around 6 o'clock, maybe earlier if we're kind of feeling it. Probably not, but try and start around 6, honestly. So yeah, see you guys later. Thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show, and we will see you guys later. Peace.